Hello there everybody and welcome back to Harvest Moon Save the Homeland. It has been quite a few days since I've gotten a chance to record and update you guys on what's been going on. I had a long period of time, I would say probably 5 or 6 days in a row where it rained, and 2 of those days it rained extremely heavily. So I was still able to go out in the bad weather, but I didn't get a whole lot done on the rainy days because the 2 days that it was really quite stormy outside, it was extremely difficult to see anything. Nobody was walking around town and I couldn't really do much, so I sort of stayed indoors and just kept an eye on my animals. But because it's been raining so often, I've had a lot of time to forage, and a lot of my crops have been coming in and I have been able to sell those for quite a bit of a profit. I have been making quite a bit of money. The animals are still healthy, which is great. And I've been making a fairly decent amount of progress. I haven't been able to really make any sort of progress on any of the storylines, unfortunately, because of all the rain and whatnot. Now, when it rained heavily, I only lost 1 crop. You can see that I lost a piece of corn here, and I guess it got lost. It either got washed away by the storm or it drowned and wilted. I'm not really sure exactly what happened to it, but in comparison to how badly a storm can damage your crops in some of the other games, I think that losing 1 crop is really not a heavy loss to deal with. So I'm extremely fortunate. And today, the forecast said that there was going to be an 80% chance of rain, and it didn't end up raining, so that is even better news for me because I really felt the need to do an update, and I haven't really had the chance to do so. So there are a couple of things that we're going to do in this video. I'm going to start by going in this general direction here. I have a couple of things to forage. One of the other big things that happened is that I'm now able to adopt a dog. Because I've been feeding the 2 wild dogs in the area for so long, I've built up a bit of a friendship with them. And so all I need to do now is chase one down, pick it up, and claim it as my own. And I'm thinking I'm going to go for the gray dog with the blue collar instead of the orange and white dog, similar to the one that you get in A Wonderful Life, simply for the reason that the other dog is sort of a unique one that isn't found in any other game. Hey, do you like to fish? Here, I'll give you my old fishing rod, so why don't you give it a try? Thanks, Joe. Much appreciated. Got fishing rod. Equip the fishing rod and hit the square button right by the lake. Release with the X button. If you get a bite, make sure you keep the fish on the line or else it'll get away. Reel it in by following the arrows and then pressing the X button. If you can bring it in okay, you've got it for sure. You can't eat the fish you catch unless you cook it, but you can give them to people or sell them for money. Sometimes when I really get into fishing, I lose track of time and stuff. Well, try it when you want to take a break from working. It's fun. Alright, so we have the fishing rod, and now that we have it, we won't have to worry about getting it again. We will have it for all the different playthroughs that we do. But fishing in this game is incredibly confusing. I know that the directions sounded simple, but for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to do fishing in this game. I have not caught a single thing. I'm sure that there is a trick to it, and I might just need to play around with it a little bit more. But I probably honestly will not spend any time fishing. Although, if we are going to be working on Joe's event path later on in future playthroughs, we will have to learn how to fish. And you can get that fishing rod by befriending Joe. And I've also seen sources say that if you talk to him when he's fishing at the lake, at some point for the first time, eventually he'll give you the fishing rod just because you've talked to him. So either of those methods should work. Oh, and look, there's the dog that I want. That's perfect. Let's pick him up, let's chase him down, and let's bring him home. So when you can befriend a dog, like I said, all you have to do is chase it, pick it up, and then you'll get the option to keep it. You can say yes, or if you feel like you're not ready for the responsibility, you can wait and either pick the other dog or come back to it another time. We're gonna pick this dog up, and I'm gonna give him a name that's not dog, like I do in my normal fashion. Let's name him Mocha. Just for fun. So I'm gonna put him down, and I think that he'll just return to my house now that I have him. So we're going to keep track of him and make sure that he's fed. And while I'm here at the carpenter's, I can come in, and now that I own the dog, I can pay for the doghouse because I have over 5,000 gold. So let's go ahead and buy that, because that's going to be really, really useful to us. I know I said that I was going to save up for a cow, but because the doghouse is more expensive, I'd rather just get that now. And just in case he doesn't want to follow me home, I guess I'll just take him there. And we can drop him off. And it doesn't look like the doghouse is built right now. It might take Woody a few days to build it. But the reason you want the doghouse is to protect your dog from the weather. If you don't have a doghouse and it rains, you'll have to bring your dog inside your house to protect it, and you'll also have to remember to bring it outside so that it can eat. You'll have to put food into its food bowl and feed it, and take care of it just like you would any other animal. And what's unique about this game is that your dog can die and will die if you don't take care of it. It's not like in a lot of other Harvest Moon games where you can keep the dog outside, rain, snow, sleet, whatever, and not feed it and it will be practically immortal. That's definitely not the case with this game. So that's just something to keep in mind. And it looks like everything's closing, which is a real bummer. I wanted to go and sell some of my tomatoes. But that's alright, I can always do it another day. I guess I'll just look around for a couple of more things to forage. Talk a little bit more about what I've been doing before I end the video off. I really need to record on a Saturday because the next part of Lewis's event path happens on a Saturday. And like I've said, I've really wanted to record on a Saturday and I've been setting up for that, but I haven't been able to because it has been raining. And you're not able to see any events when it is raining. But I have been making steady progress on befriending everybody. I've been making sure to go around and give everybody gifts. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of foraging with the rain and whatnot, so I have been able to pretty much forage everything in the valley that's available to me. And I have been using that stuff as money. I have been selling some of it, and then giving the rest of it away to the appropriate people that I need to give it away to. I did have a few sunny days in between the rain, and I also did a lot of work at Bob's. And I've mostly just been focused on saving money. As you guys could see there, I managed to get a pretty nice cash flow going, and it really shouldn't take me that long to get my cash back to where it was. But I feel like getting the dog is a pretty big accomplishment, because you really do have to do a lot of work in order to get the dog. You have to feed the wild animals and get their trust before you're able to adopt them, so that's going to be great. We're going to work on some training with the dog. We'll be using our flute to train him, and if the dog is well trained, it should be able to help us with our farm animals once we eventually get them. It can help us herd our cows and our horses for us, which will make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier. I really have to get to bed because it's almost midnight, but as you can see here, everything's pretty much the same sort of view total, same items that I've had before. I went ahead and I spent a little bit of money on bird seed because I was running low and I had such bad luck with all the rain, and I also bought some animal medicine just to be certain in case any of my animals got sick during the period when it was raining quite heavily. But everything is good so far, everything is going well, and hopefully I won't run into any more bad weather or hiccups, and everything is just going to continue on smoothly. I'll be back shortly to update you guys on what else I do in the valley. Until then, thank you for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.